Hi guys, and welcome back to Nifty Challenge. So it's a special weekly video for learning, and today the topic that I've chosen is options trading. So I'll be teaching you quite a big topic, that is what is options trading, what is the meaning of options trading, what is the basics behind options trading, what is implied volatility, what is change in open interest, and what are you gonna do when you use these data, how to use this data, and a lot more. Be quite a long one. I'll try to finish as much as possible in one video, and the rest will be continued in the second one. So before I come to explaining you about what are the things that you see in an options chart when you open an options trading chart like this, you see there are a lot of things when you see, especially the Nifty and Bank Nifty, and how I use that during the market. To learn these things, what is an OI, open interest, what is the change in open interest, what is the volume, what is implied volatility, what is the price, bid quantity, bid price, ask price, strike price, what are these things, what are ITM options, a lot of these things, and we'll be learning one by one and how to use these data, and what are the catches and what are the secrets behind these data, what are the confusions behind these data. I'll be clearing all those things in this video. Before we come to options and these things, let me explain you first what are options. So first thing you need to know that if you buy an options contract, it grants you the right but not the obligation to buy or sell an underlying asset at a set price on or before a certain date. A call option gives the holder the right to buy a stock, and a put option gives the holder the right to sell a stock. So this is just a definition copied from Google, but let me explain you on this basis. So let's assume on the date of 1st April 2021, this guy named Deepak, he has shares of Deepak Nitrite, and there are 1000 shares that he has bought at a price of 1000 rupees. Now, Deepak wants to sell these shares, but he wants to make profit. Then there are other guys. Zahir is there, Satya is there, Shahzad is there. So Zahir is also interested in buying, Satya is also interested in buying, somebody is interested in selling, and now we'll understand the entire game, how it happens on the options data. So let's assume Deepak is the owner of 1000 shares at 1000. First of all, you need to know what is the meaning of a call. The meaning of the word call means right to buy, whereas the meaning of the word put means right to sell. So guys, the most important thing about options trading is the mentality. Now we will understand options on the basis of different mentalities of different people. Okay, now just imagine that there are four guys. The names are Deepak, Zahir, Satya, and Shahzad. So as I said, Deepak is the owner of Deepak Nitrite share, and he has a quantity of 1000 shares. Now Deepak's mentality is that he wants to sell these shares which he has bought, but he doesn't want to sell it at a price of 1000. He wants a profit of at least 100 rupees, and he wants to sell this share at 1100 rupees. So what Deepak will do? Deepak is going to sell his 1100 call option of the April end expiry. So Deepak wants to sell this call, but he wants a price of 1100 on his shares. So since he's the owner of 1000 shares, which is spotted 1000, but he wants to sell it at 1100, and he is demanding a price of 1100 per stock for his shares, and he wants a profit of 100 rupees. And what he's doing is basically, by selling this option, he's saying that okay, in case my stock doesn't come to 1100, I will still earn a premium from selling this call option. In case it does come, then I will anyway sell my shares, and I will get a profit of 100 rupees per share anyway. In that case, he will be paying a premium. Now we will understand how he will be paying the premium. Let's understand the mentality of the second guy. His name is Satya. Satya thinks that this share, Deepak Nitrite, is worth way more, but he cannot buy it immediately. Right now the share is 1000 rupees. Satya doesn't have a capital to buy 1000 shares today for 1000 rupees, but he doesn't want to miss out. And Satya thinks that by the end of April, this share is probably going to go 1400 rupees or maybe more, but I don't want to miss it out. So let's do one thing. I will buy a call option of 1100 at 20 rupees. In case it comes to 1100, I will buy this shares. In case it goes more than 1100, I will still earn a premium for my thinking, which was correct. So this is, I'm explaining you the mentality, what is happening behind in an option data change. Now, the third guy is Zahir. Zahir has a mentality. He thinks that Deepak Nitrite is a very expensive share, and 1000 is too much for this. I cannot pay more than 900 for this share. Okay, and 900 is the right price where I should buy. I will not buy more than this. So what Zahir will do? Zahir will sell the put option of 900. This means Zahir thinks that if it comes to 900 by the end of April, then good enough. I sold 900 PE. I will buy the shares at this price. Plus I will anyway get this premium. In case it doesn't come to 900, then I am anyway earning a premium for my bid because I have sold a put option. Now this price that I have written here is not correct because you require much higher margins for selling the options than for the buying. This is because you have the much higher margin required in case you are selling a call option, because you are risking amount of particular quantity of that value of the shares. The fourth guy is Shehzad. Now Shehzad has a mentality. He thinks that Deepak Nitrite is a highly overpriced share and it is not even worth 800. And right now it is at 1000. I am sure this share is going to fall. And I will buy it only if it goes way below 800, 700 rupees. Only then I will buy. I'm not going to buy it even at 900. And he thinks that this is going to anyway fall to more than 900. So let's buy a put option of 900. So Shehzad buys a put option of 900 PE at 20 rupees. And he has paid a premium of 20,000 to this guy who thinks, indirectly, he has paid a premium to this guy who thinks that he is ready to buy it at 900. If it doesn't come, I'll still on the premium. So you understand there are four mentality on the same stock. Now what will happen at the end of this month of April? Let's assume that Deepak Nitrite was trading at a price of 1000. On the day of 30th of April, let's assume Deepak Nitrite was trading at 1072. Okay, so what will happen? This 1100 CE will become 0 on 30th April. Satya will lose all his 20,000. However, he still have the right to buy, and he can buy this stock at the price which was being trading at that time. And Deepak has already earned a premium of 20,000 and he can sell this stock at this price which was that time. Now for this we'll understand what is ITM, what is ATM and what is OTM options. So as a option buyer, seller or a player, what you do is when you play on a far expiry or you play on a current strike price. So in this case, let's assume that this share was at 1100 on that particular day. So this CE still becomes 0, or let's call it 1101. So this CE was at 1 rupees, right? So on this day, Deepak sold the CE at 20. So he has the chance to either sell all his shares at this price, that will be on the end of that day, plus he has already earned this premium. You understand my point? Whereas Satya has already paid this premium and he was already assuming that by the end of 30th April this will be the price. Now in this case Satya has the right to buy these shares from this guy or whoever is the seller at a price of 1100 only. He will not pay more even if the CE is more than 11, even if the price is more than 1100. So this is what is the game that a call buyer does and a call seller does. So basically you can be a seller of your call provided you have that amount of quantity of shares with you and you basically demand a higher price on selling of your shares. That is what is a call seller. Whereas a call buyer is somebody who has a right to buy that share at the end of that particular time for the price that he has demanded. In case it has not come to this price, then he has a right to enjoy that premium that he has earned. In case Satya thinks that this Deepak Nitrite might be by the end of 30th of April, it will go to 1300 rupees and I will miss it out. So let's buy a 1100 CE. So in that case, what will happen? Suppose it goes to 1300 on 30th of April. So this call option which Satya bought for 20 will now be equivalent to 220 rupees. Right? So in that case, for Satya, this 220 into 1000 will become 2,20,000 rupees. So he has the option to either buy the shares still at a price of 1100 or he can take this premium as a bonus and not buy the shares. You understand? This is the thing for a call options. Now let's understand what happens in case of a put options. In case of a put options, suppose Zahir wants to buy the same Deepak Nitrites, but he wants to buy it as a price of 900, and currently the share is trading at a price of 1005 on 2nd of April. So what Zahir will do, he will sell a put option of 900. Let's imagine the price on 1st of April for a put option was 20 rupees for a lot of 1000. So immediately when Zahir sells this 900 put option, he gets 20,000 rupees as a premium basically. In case this means that he is not able to get this at this price, he still have sold and he has received a premium of 20,000 rupees. Now Shehzad wants to be a seller. So he thinks that this Deepak Nitrite is going to go much more down and he will not buy it till the time it goes even more down than 900 rupees. So what he will do, he will buy a 900 PE of April. I have given you incorrect heading because Zahir has sold the option because he wants to buy the stock. In this case it is opposite. The person who wants to buy will sell the option, whereas in case of a call option, the person who wants to have a higher price will sell the option because he is holding the share and he wants to sell. Whereas in case of a put option, Zahir wants to buy this share but he doesn't want to pay more than a price of 900 rupees for this particular stock. So he will sell 900 PE of April and expiry. He did for 20, for 1000, that is 20,000 is a premium that he earned immediately. Now Shehzad wants to be a seller. He wants to buy the put options. So he has bought the put option at 20 rupees and he has paid a premium of, he has paid a premium of 20 into 1000 to buy this put option, which is equivalent to 20,000. Now what happens on the end of April? End of April, suppose the price of this put option was 900. So in this case, Zahir's put option became in the money. So at 900 now, Zahir has the right to buy this stock at a price of 900 itself because the stock has reached at a price of 900 which he was expecting and he wanted to buy at this price. Plus he has already got a premium of 20,000. In case the stock was in case of Shehzad, he was expecting that it will go even down than 900, so it did not go, and his put option will become 0, so he will lose this premium of 20,000 rupees. Whereas in case the stock was at 920 rupees, now Zahir did not want to buy the stock more than 900 itself. So now Zahir has a right not to take delivery of this stock and just leave it, and he has already earned a premium of 20,000 because he sold a 900 put. Whereas Shehzad again loses because it has not gone below 900. Till the time it goes below 900, he will not be on any benefit. Now let's assume that this share closed at a price of 850 on end of April. So in this case, Zahir's put, which was at 20 rupees, he sold it, is now equivalent to 50 rupees. So the value is equivalent to 1,50,000 into 50,000 rupees. So either he can skip this buying and pay a price of 30,000 to close his particular option, or he still has the right to buy the same stock, but he will have to buy it at the price of 900 itself. Whereas he has already earned a premium of 20,000 rupees. And what will be the case with this guy? He has bought the PE at 20 and the price is now 850. So again, either he can take the delivery at the end of the contract, or he can get a premium which will be 20, which will, because the CP will now be 50 rupees. So he will be earning a premium of 30,000 rupees for this particular call. This is basically the system how the option things work. Basically, it is not a gambling thing which people assume in India, and that is what they do. Basically, call option is a right to buy, whereas a put option is a right to sell. Now let's understand what is in the money, what is at the money, and what is out of the money. So let's assume the stock price was 1000. So in this case, in the money is basically when you are talking about a call option of 900 and the stock is trading at 1000, means the price of the asset, the price of the underlying commodity or the whichever thing you are trading in is more than the strike price of the call or the put. Okay, in case you are buying a 900 CE and the stock is at 1000 rupees, so that particular strike price is known as the in the money. In case of a put, if you are buying a 1100 P and the stock price is 1000, so this particular strike option is called in the money option. Okay, at the money. At the money is when your particular strike, like you are buying a call option of 1000 and the stock price is also 1000. Same way, you are buying a put of 1000 and the stock price is also 1000. Out of the money is, now I hope you already understand, when you are buying a 1200 C or 1100 C and the stock price is 1000, or when you are buying a 900 P and the stock price is 1000. Okay, now we will come one by one to how these things, when you are trading, how are these values that is coming to 20 rupees and what is that thing that particular changes these things, how these value changes, how these things are controlled, how is what you call is an open interest, basically how these things are controlled. We will study one by one. So the first topic is open interest. So let us understand what is open interest. Open interest is basically the total number of option contract that is currently there. So as and when you buy the options or you sell the options, it adds to the open interest. So basically open interest are the contracts that have been traded. That particular amount is the open interest. Now one important thing that to note is that people are confused between the price movements and the open interest, and these both are very important as an option trader for you to monitor. Because now what happens is that the movement of the price, that is that particular underlying asset that you are trading in, the movement of the price of the particular options, like an C becomes 5 rupees, then 6 rupees, then 7 rupees, how these things changes. This is basically a reflection of the decision to buy or the selling of millions of people, like all the traders who are trading. As and when they increase, they want to buy it at a higher price. Somebody wants to buy the C at 20, somebody wants to buy it at even higher price. As and then the prices increases. Same way for the put options, for the call options, the price increases and decreases. This is basically the movement of the price. Okay, but this is not an only thing that is important for that particular stock to monitor. So what you have to monitor is the open interest. Now price movement is not reflecting the open interest. Now we will understand how is price movement different from the open interest first. So what happens that when a particular number of shares, like Deepak Nitrite has a volume, which you see that see what you call as price volume action. You basically monitor the price with relation to the volume. So the trading volume is what you call is that the number of shares that are traded in a particular period is called the trading volume. So when you are looking at the options of that particular stock or particular index, the volume will give you an insight into the strength of the current price. How much more is the volume for that particular price, that is telling you the strength of that particular price. So trading the volume, the trading volume in case of options, they are just like in case of stocks, are basically the indicator of the current interest. So basically when more and more volume for that particular price is there, it is basically telling you the interest of the people on that particular commodity, on that particular index, on that particular asset. How much is the interest of the people? The more is the volume being traded, that means more people are interested into that particular commodity. So this is how you will understand the open interest. So then, but what happens, this trading volume is always relative. It is not a direct indication. It is always a relative indication. It is always to be compared with the daily average volume. Like daily, how much is the volume being traded for a particular price, you have to compare this thing. When there is a significant change in this price, by the there is a big change in price without being a big change in volume, this is a indication of the market sentiment of the direction of that particular stock. If the stock is on a high volume and the price is rising, that is a good sign. Whereas the price is rising with a very low volume, that is a negative sign. That is how we see the stocks in the market, that it is just going unnecessarily without much volume. It is just increasing on a very low volume. These things can be done at low, the stocks which have a low volume in the market, like a particular stocks share has only 10,000 shares in the market. Okay, and there are only 20 people who are interested in selling, and they don't want to sell it more than upper circuit price, so they will keep it at a sell or upper circuit price. Even if one person buys it, the stock immediately hits the upper circuit. That is what happens, you have seen. So this is a very low volume movement. Whereas when a stock is moving with a lot of trading and it is slowly going up and the price is demand is going up, that is a different indication. Okay, so let's come to the open interest now. So what is the open interest? I told you it is the number of active contracts, the number of people that are current, the number of contracts that is actually being traded presently in the market, but they have not been liquidated yet. They are just being traded on that particular time. So how this open interest moves in the stocks or in the particular option, we will see. So when you will buy or you will sell an option, any particular trader, so this particular transaction, what will happen? It will be either an opening or a closing. Suppose you bought 10 calls of Deepak Nitrite, okay, 10 lots of Deepak Nitrite call option. So basically what you are doing, you are buying the calls to open. Suppose each call is the number of lot size. Now the Deepak Nitrite lot size is 1000, which we have taken. So each call represents 1000 shares. So that means 10 calls means 10,000 shares. So suppose you have bought 10 lots, means you have bought 10,000 shares. So there is a demand of 10,000 shares. Now this will add a value of 10 to the open interest. It is not going to add 1000. Okay, this is very important for you to understand. What happens with when somebody has bought 1 lot, 2 lot, 3 lot, 4 lots, that particular lot quantity, not the shares quantity, is the value that is added to the open interest. So this open interest which you are seeing on the options data which is changing is basically the lot. It is not the shares. Okay, keep this in your mind. So suppose you want to get out of the position or somebody wants to sell these options, he will again sell the same lots, 10 lots or 5 lots. In that case, the open interest will fall by 10. I hope you have understood this thing now. So selling the options also adds to the open interest. Okay, did you understand? I hope you did not. So what happened? I'll explain you again. Suppose I bought 10 lots of Deepak Nitrite, it will add 10 to the open interest of that particular call option. Okay, if I want to get out, I would sell 10 lots of the same position. Then selling this, if somebody wants to sell option, like a buyer, there's a buyer and there's a seller. I'm talking about two different things. When a buyer is buying 10 call options, in that case open interest increases by 10 lots. Whereas when somebody is selling 10 lots, it also adds to 10 on the open interest. Now this is one big confusion between people. They think that open interest is basically telling you how many buyers and how many people have bought or how many people have written. No, open interest is the addition of both buyer and the seller. Okay, let me explain it to you one more time. Suppose you have 1000 shares of ABs of Deepak Nitrite, and you wanted to cover it by selling 10 lots of calls. Okay, like you have to hedge a position. This is what FIIs do. They have 1000 shares of Deepak Nitrite, and just to cover up their hedge their position, they will sell 10 lots of call options. Okay, so you have basically, the FII or the particular person has entered into a sale to open. Okay, now since it is an opening transaction, it has added 10 to the open interest. This you have understood. Now in case he wanted to later purchase it back, purchase the option, so what he will do, he will enter a transaction to buy. Instead of what he sold, he will again buy the same 10. So in this case only the open interest will decrease by 10. Okay, just a moment. And I hope that was clear, and that covers our topic of open interest and change in open interest. You can note down these important things, what you have to look at. Always look at it related to the volume of the contracts. When the volume is high, it means that trading was higher on that particular day on this particular stock or the option chain. Okay, guys, I'll be covering the remaining part in the next video. That's already quite long. And please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you so much. And the remaining data will be coming in the next videos for you guys. Thank you, guys, and all the best.